Hey guys, welcome back to Samet Industries. Today, I'm going to show you how to install the new Samet Industries 4-speed intermittent wiper / combo switch. It's pretty easy, requires a slight modification though for 90 plus EFI cars due to them switching to a headlight relay that the early cars did not use. So I'll show you how to do that. First thing you gotta do is take off the steering wheel, a little plastic cover here around the switch. To do that, it's pretty simple. On the back side of the horn pad, behind each horn button is a little Phillips screw. Pop the horn pad off. It'll just pop off. One little wire connector here for the horn, just wiggles right off. Then you have a 21mm nut holding the steering wheel on. Try to keep your steering wheel kind of, straight up and down for reference point. There we go. Don't take it all the way off at first. Just take it part of the way off. Leave a few of the threads engaged. And then you can pop it off by wiggling it back and forth while pulling towards you. There we go. And then again, keep it straight up and down so you have a reference point. Finish taking that nut off. Then it should slide off. And now when you go to put it back on, you'll know which way to line it up because it has all these splines inside for alignment. There we go. And then there's a bunch of grease in here, so when you're taking this all apart, watch your fingers for that. Now, there are 4 screws holding this clamshell together. One here, here, and then 2 in the back corner. When you take those out, you'll notice the 3 big holes all use these big trim screws like this. And then the last hole actually uses a threaded machine screw. That one actually threads up into the lock cylinder, so make sure you don't get those confused. This one has to go back in the hole you pulled it from. So those are good. Take your keys out. The clamshell should just unclip. Like so. Since this has a tilt steering, you have to move this out of the way. If you don't have tilt steering, that bar won't be there. This edge, pull off around the lock cylinder. It'll drop down. Top one comes off. Just kind of gotta wiggle it through there. It'll come out. And you're left with the combination switch. Now the combination switch is actually really easy to get off. There is a big band that runs around the column down here. I will grab the camera real quick for a closer look there. So, looking at our switch, we'll come down to the bottom side here, and that little screw there holds basically a little circular clamp that clamps it on the steering column. We'll just loosen that screw up. Now this whole unit should just kind of twist and wiggle up and off the steering column. As you pull, you'll be pulling some on the wiring harness itself, so we just want to get it started, and once we get some tension on it, we can come and start unplugging the plugs. So now looking at it from the top, you can see we have a plug back here. This is the wipers plug. This is the extra plug that only the 93s have, or 90 to 93s have for the headlight relay. That's the one that we're going to have to make a jumper for. Then there's the main headlight connector, this big black one, and there's one more big one here on the left side. So we're going to try to pull this off some. There we go. This one was already broken some. As you see, my switch was kind of broken and goes in like 10 different positions. So this one's been needed replaced for a while. I'll come back over here. We'll unplug the wipers. Pop this guy out. Plug that one. That one. I'll slide it off so you guys can see the extra plugs here. The clips are on the back side for all those. And that's it. That should come off. When you get your replacement switch from Samet Industries in the FestivaStore, when you open the box, you should have your whole brand new switch and this lovely little jumper wire with Scotch locks on it. So these little locks make it really easy to splice in new connections into some wires. So we'll have these 2 locks and a short jumper wire. To make all the lights work on a 90 plus car, you'll have to take this little white plug and the bigger black one here. And if you look here, you'll have a red wire with a yellow stripe. And over here, you'll have a red wire with a black stripe. You need to make a little jumper that goes from the red yellow over to the red black. I'll show you how to do that with the little Scotch locks that I provided. One of the nice things about doing it this way is that this is all actually pretty much removable later in the future. If you decide you need to go back to stock wiring or switch something out, these will pop off and leave almost no damage behind. So I went ahead and just peeled back some of the tape just to show off, reveal some of the wire here. So for these little Scotch locks, you'll see that they have like an open side, sort of like a clamp. You're just going to slide that over our wire. So it kind of pops in like that. And you'll want that on the bottom side. So if you're looking at it with the clip facing up, you want this in the bottom hole. And the same for this one. And then your little jumper wire from your box here, one end. If you look close in these, you'll see these actually have a bit blocked off in the end. So we'll come in from the other side. It just slides in until it butts up against that piece. And then same on the other side. We just need to slide it in until it bumps up on that piece. Then you take a pair of pliers and crush down this little silver piece. And that little piece will then dig into the wires and make contact between them. So you see that right there. Squeeze down. And now you have a jumper. And then you can take the little plastic tab, close it over, that keeps it shut. Do the same thing for this one. There it is. Clamp that shut. There you go. That should be all you need to do for the wiring. And I'm sorry it's a little bit close and probably hear me breathing a lot in here. It's kind of hard to get the camera actually sitting in the car with me and still have room for my hands. So then back to the bag, I will take our switch out from the bag, and the switch should have everything already attached to it. It has the screw clamp built into the back side. As you can see here, I'll go ahead and zoom back out. It's already got the clamp built in, all new everything. It's got your turn signal cancel already built in. Real quick, I want to note those two little prongs on the turn signal canceling switch there need to be facing basically straight up and down, one at 12 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock when you put your steering wheel back on. And I would also go ahead and add a little bit of lube to the little springy contact there for the horn, and a little bit of lube on that turn signal cancel switch. It doesn't come with a lot on it, and after driving mine for a few weeks, I felt like I could use a little more. They've already lubricated it. Oh man, that sounds good. Nice and firm clicks. So we'll try to plug in the wiper one real quick, and then we'll plug in the big black one. You can kind of, when you're taking it apart, you can kind of see where these all wrap around to make room around the column here. So that gets slid back into place. I'll loosen the clamp up some again. Like that. This little white plug that we made the jumper on, there's now nothing to plug into it. That's what the jumper is for, so it just gets tucked away or won't be in the way of all that plastic. Get the big black plug plugged back in. And the two white ones on the side. That was a good sign. Just then I bumped the hazard switch and it turned the hazards on, so that's good. And I'll go ahead and test this real quick. We have dash lights, and looking at the reflection in the RX-8 bumper, we have headlights. So our jumper switch, I think, has done the trick. Yep, there we go. And then we'll go ahead and plug our key back in, test the turn signals real quick. So key in, run position. We'll do left. Yep, right. good to go. And then we will check wipers real quick. So intermittent, down 1. Yep, that's good to go. And then you can select an even faster speed. Perfect. And then full on slow. And full on fast. And all the way back up to off. There you go. It's good to go. This stock also is not bent as far forward as the stock ones. It's more like the Carby cars where it's pushed back a bit, which gives you more clearance for your hands if you're in aftermarket steering wheels. And then to reinstall your clamshell and the steering wheel, just do everything we just did in reverse order. I won't bore you guys with all that. It's pretty straightforward. So these can be ordered right now from the Festiva store. We've got a bunch in stock. It'll come with all these jumper wires, all the clips. So go ahead and head over there and get yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.